So I'm gonna do a drive-by of Top Golf. I really haven't seen much talk about them as an investment because I think they have a lot of debt or something happened. They have a lot of debt, but they just keep building buildings. And this is they just opened. I don't know if it opened today or just opened this weekend or what. Let's see. I might even just go in there and just stick my head in to see what it looks like, you know. I'm definitely not dressed for anything fancy. I never am, to be honest. I guess they're putting a parking lot over there. Top Golf. Is it a good investment? Let's see what they got from the outside. Parking lot's full. That's probably just workers because it's all spread out. They probably told the workers to spread out their cars to make it look more full than it is. That's what I would tell them. Wow, parking lot's full. We got a restaurant up there on the top level. No, that's golfing, but they do have some chairs. Huh. We got some golfers over here. So they got another section over here on the right hand side. So I read something where inside their balls is some kind of digital microchip that tells you exactly how far, the angle, where it went, and all that stuff. Got some foot traffic going in, doing their vaping. They got bags. Let's see. What's the shirts that they have on is what's that name brand? The bags that they have. So you can see what kind of shoes they're wearing. Nike. All those Nike. 4 people wearing Nike shoes and the Under Armour bags. Looks like they got some games on the inside. So lower levels. So what you do is, okay, you see what kind of clothing these people are buying. So I just saw Nike, so that's an investment. And if my memory is right, Nike has dropped in price, so now would be the time to buy it. Huh. There's parking down here. There's some parking down here. I'm just doing some sightseeing. I hope they don't fire me. I'm gonna ask this lady how much it costs to get in. She's a worker. How much does it cost just to go in?
Huh?
How much does it cost to go in?
Like to go in the venue?
Yeah.
You can go in the venue for free, but if you want to play, I think it's like maybe $50 for an hour.
Oh, an hour? Okay. All right. Thanks a lot. You walk in the venue for free, and it's like $50 an hour. You got people actually down in there shaking the nets. He's got a helmet on and everything. He's shaking all the nets to get the balls to go back. Look at those huge. Look at that. There's the. Wow, look, it's all full, except for in the middle. It's all full, except for the ends. So that's $50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 36. 36 stalls of golfing. 36 times 10 is 360 an hour times 5. Let's say 360 is 10. 360. I'm trying to do this as I'm driving. 36 stalls, $50 an hour. So if it was $100 an hour, add 2 zeros, $3,600 an hour, cut that in half, $1,800 an hour. $1,800 an hour. How can they not be making money? Not to mention the food and the drinks and the $1,800 an hour. Think about that, people. $1,800 an hour. And this is the highways right here. So it's right off the highway. There's hotels here. They're building apartments here. Walmart's right over here. Let's keep that in our mind. $1,800 an hour. So let's say they open for 10 hours. There's probably more, but let's say they're open for 10 hours. 1,800, add a zero. Add a zero. 1,800, that's $180,000. Excuse me, am I right? 1800. 18000. $18,000 a day. There you go. $18,000 a day. Now you have to deduct their expenses and power bill and the water bill and the employee salary and all that. $1,800 a day. No. Yeah. No, it's more than that. $3,600 divided by half is $1,800. $18,000 a day. Is that right? That don't sound like much if you're trying to run a big business. But so let's say if my math is right while I'm riding down the road, 18,000 times 100 days is 180,000. $360,000. $440,000 a year. Does that sound right? I'll have to do the math when I get home. But there's 36 stalls, $50 an hour. You can do the math, and not including the food and the games and all that other stuff. Fixing the equipment, repairs and all that stuff. And each little stall where they're golfing, you don't have to clean up behind them, clean the bathroom. You don't have to. You just have to maintain the tee and the green right there. They probably rent the club. If they don't bring their own clubs, they have to rent clubs. So there's some more money. You could round it off to $60 an hour per stall. What they have to do is create an event, have a good event planner who creates all kinds of. What they need to do is have some kind of like a bowling league where everybody's competing. Create a league, a golf league or whatever, and have them compete. Just like a chess league, compete for the best golfer. They have to create a league. It's competition. And then turn it into an Olympic sport. And then you really got something. Then it's going to just go off the roof. Turn top golf into an Olympic sport. And then you got something. I would say it's a better business than that, but that's just my opinion. I don't know. There's not a whole lot of details to it if compared to building a car and transporting a car, you know. Can you imagine the complexity of putting a car together and getting all the parts and then sending it out to the dealers and then all the insurance, tax tags, titles, and passing inspections and the problem with, is that going to blow up? Is that going to leak? Having all the rules and the laws creates the industry, because a lot of people, they don't have the patience with getting all those details right, but the people who do and get good at it, they make a lot of money. Forget the truck driver has a hard enough job. That's a hard enough job. But imagine the person who's doing the logistics and scheduling and all that stuff. There's a lot to it. There's a lot to it. The safety issues, the deadlines, the bad apples. Under Armour, Top Golf, Game, Game, Nike. Those four stocks I just drove through, they're all mingled together. Game is only 95 cents a share right now. I have 100. I should have bought more, but I've got 100 shares. I'm just gonna let it sit. I might buy 1,000 shares of Game and let it sit, but I really would rather buy it because it's really a penny stock right now. But I'd rather just buy it in increments. I forgot what it was like just to have a car just as a car instead of a car as a business or as a tool. In my mind, if that car is not making you any money, it's a waste. You should be able to make 3 or 4 times the car payment in income with a vehicle. A vehicle is a waste, really. Unless it's making money. The expenses of a vehicle is ridiculous. Tax, tags, title, tires, brakes, tune-up, spark plugs, oil, water, payment. It's just too much. It is too much, people. They have got everybody boxed in. They've created a cube system. Look at that. How come they went out of business? Hello? Somebody didn't manage it right. And the people who managed the managers didn't manage the managers right. They just let people do willy-nilly. That place used to be slab full. They didn't keep the outside painted. They didn't keep the sidewalk clean. They didn't maintain the ship. You've got to maintain the ship. Your body ship, your house ship, your car ship, your business ship, the earth ship. Everything is a ship. And the reason everything is a ship, because Eve is the hip of Adam. And Eve being the hip means what? Adam is the captain of the ship. And he's integrating her back in to himself. But if she has the Jezebel spirit, she doesn't want to be integrated in. She doesn't want to submit. She doesn't want to follow. She wants to lead and usurp and overtake the man. But it's built into a man to lead, and it's built into a woman to follow. So if she has the Jezebel spirit, she's not going to be happy if she's in leadership role trying to tell the man what to do. She can pretend to be happy, but she's not happy deep down because it's not who she is. Her identity is not to be the man, but to be the woman, the female, to follow, to submit, to be a helper, helpmeet suitable. She likes to help. Is built into a woman to help, to support, to shore up. These are absolute truths, archetypical truths that you cannot deny. If you try to change it, you are delusional. You are insane. Why would you want to why would you try to change the created order of things? Because you have followed a demon spirit. And that demon has lied to you and convinced you through the media and the news and the hive mind that what's right is wrong and what's wrong is right. You've been duped by the devil. And he hates God's created order because he wants to destroy the whole earth. And the Bible makes it clear that he's changing everything, times and seasons and the man, the woman. He's trying to change everything. And his minions like Bill Gates go along with it because they're demon possessed. And Russia's over there looking at America, laughing at us, saying they're degenerates. Russia's calling the USA degenerates. China probably is too, saying, oh, it's such a Christian nation, but look at all that they're doing. If it's a Christian nation, it definitely wouldn't be calling right wrong and wrong right. I mean, it's obvious, people, what's going on. You've been deceived. You've been hoodwinked. You've been lied to. You ought to get mad. You ought to get angry. And you ought to get mad. And you ought to start giving out the gospel more. Because the only way it's going to change is if we have like a revival, people got saved. That's the only way it would change. There's no other way to change it. You can beat them over the head all day long, but until they get saved, they're not going to believe it. They're not going to believe it. The whole nation's been hoodwinked by the devil. The whole nation. And there's salt in different parts of the country, different cities and states. There's salt out there. But the salt needs to be poured out, not just sprinkled. We need to pour some salt out. It needs to be painful. Because the cut needs some salt in it to cleanse it. You've been cut open by the devil's lies, and you need some salt put back in it, and that means some old-timey preaching, you know. But not a works-based preacher, but a faith alone. Because if somebody gets saved by faith, see, even the churches have been infiltrated. The churches, the corporations, the media, the news, YouTube, Instagram, y'all, all them. Who climbed up in those ranks? The liberals, because it's all about money. They worship money. They don't care about truth. All they care about is money. The liberals don't care about truth. They just want money. They want image and prestige and look at me and outward show. The world, the flesh, and pro-life. Always, if something starts doing good, like J. Vernon McGee said, if a denomination starts to grow, the unsaved jump on the bandwagon because it's money. Money, money, money. Not truth, but money. And they talk a big talk to make you think it's the truth. A lot of those mathematicians and scientists, they try to talk fancy, but they ain't even got any truth. They ain't got no truth. Double negative. They ain't got no truth. I say stuff on purpose. God uses the weak things of the world to confound the wise. They ain't got no truth. And that's a fact, Jack. Why should I believe you? You're using double negatives. I do it on purpose. They don't have any truth. If I say they ain't got no truth, it makes it stressed. I stress it, you see? I'm stressing my point. They don't have any truth, okay? How's that? When you go to school for math and engineering, calculus, physics, then come talk to me. But don't try to say I don't know what I'm talking about. Because I spent my whole life looking for the truth. I thought I would find the truth. When I went to college, I thought I would find the truth in going to college. I was going to the college twofold. Get a degree so I could get me a good job, and I did get a good job, 3 or 4 good jobs, 5, maybe 6. I had some good jobs in my life, making good money, but I sit in that office and I couldn't stand it. I had to get out of that office. I could do it again, but anyway, get a good job. Why did I go to college? Get a good job and looking for the truth. I thought college would have the truth, but they didn't. After I graduated college, then I heard Charles Stanley again. That same voice I heard when I was a child. Same voice I heard when I was a child. And I got saved. I thought I was saved, but what? Got saved. Then what? Spent the next 15 years listening to 40,000 preachers, reading the Bible every day. I wanted to figure out what this place was about. And then even after that, I still, because I saw in Revelation, it count up the number of the beast. So I did that. So the Bible says to count up the number of the beast, 666, for it's the number of man. So I counted up the number of the beast, and I saw 666 everywhere. The goat right here, the winged disc right here. 666 is right in front of you because it's man's number, man's creation. But also right in front of you is black, white, and red, the blood of his cross. But after 5 years of studying 666, I was depressed. I said, Lord, it looks like the devil's winning, but I know he's not. What am I missing? And then that's when the Shekinah glory showed me that the blood of his cross is everywhere, and the devil doesn't want you to see that. It's right here on the street. The black, white, and red were flowing. Look at the cross on that telephone pole. Look at the communion telephone wires. The communion wires. Communication is communion. The electricity is flowing. The elect is flowing in the spirit walk. It's encoded everywhere, all the time, because in him we live and breathe and have our being. So the truth has to be right in front of you at all times. Just like the 666 is right in front of you, the truth is right in front of you. It's all encoded. It's all here. It's all in your face. You can't hide from it. You can't run from it. You're actually eating and drinking of it. Whether you like God or not, you're eating and drinking of that eternal life, which is Jesus, just to survive and breathe and live. In him we live and breathe and have our being. Every moment of every day, you're only able to exist because of Jesus. The image of the Godhead bodily. Without that, you wouldn't exist. You couldn't breathe. You couldn't function. You couldn't think. You'd be burning in hell if it wasn't for what Jesus did at the cross. And he wouldn't create a system without making a way of escape before he created. It was the lamb slain before the foundation of the world. So he created this a solution before the problem appeared. So every problem that you have, there's a solution before it ever appeared. Because of the cross. The lamb slain before the foundation of the world. So when you see 666 everywhere, behind it, black, white, and red, the blood of his cross. See the red versus blue? That's the air conditioning. Joint airs being conditioned by the red and blue face-to-face turning machine. Welcome to the real world, Neo. See that transformer on that pole? Transformed from 480 to 220. So you have to be transformed, and God's so powerful to come down here into the natural, you wouldn't be able to handle it. He has to, Jesus, the image of the Godhead bodily, if he came down in the true nature from the spirit plane without being in human form, it would destroy you like that. You wouldn't be able to handle it. When you leave the earth plane to the spirit plane, you got to be transformed because you can't handle it. It's too much truth.